Overall, there's a country that became rich without working harder, without inventing new technologies, and without competing fiercely on the world stage. Sounds impossible, right? Yet it happened. This is not some fairy tale about overnight riches. It's about patience, strategy, and doing almost nothing. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how patience can outsmart ambition, and why most countries can't copy this trick. Most countries try to get rich fast. They build factories, export products, launch startups. They innovate, they hustle. And yet, very few actually become sustainably wealthy. Why? Because wealth isn't just about earning money, it's about keeping it. And here's the part nobody talks about. Oil. Yes, the very thing that usually destroys economies ended up creating one of the richest countries on Earth, but not in the way you think. Typically, oil brings the resource curse. Inflation spikes, industries shrink, politicians overspend, citizens enjoy sudden windfalls, but long-term growth dies quietly. Most governments can't resist the temptation. They spend fast, and chaos follows. But this country, they made a radical choice. They saved almost everything. Not a little. They saved almost everything. So what exactly did they do differently? Instead of splurging on short-term benefits, they created a fund, a sovereign wealth fund. Every penny from oil revenue went straight in. Not a cent for politicians, not a cent for flashy projects. They invested globally. Stocks, bonds, real estate, everything that could grow over time. And they ignored political pressure. Every election, every angry politician, they resisted. They chose the boring path. Boring? Yes, most countries chase flashy projects, building malls, highways, or stadiums. But this country, they let the money sit, quietly growing. No sudden moves, no crazy gambles, just disciplined, boring investing. And over the decades, that discipline multiplied the wealth exponentially. It's a lesson in restraint, a lesson in patience. You might think this is easy, but it's not. Every politician wanted to spend the money immediately. Citizens were confused. Why aren't we building giant bridges, they asked. Why not schools, hospitals, roads? But the leaders stayed firm. They never touched the principle. They only spent the profits. That rule, it's the most powerful financial rule you'll ever see. Years passed. The fund grew quietly, steadily. Compounded returns worked like magic. Investors from around the world admired the strategy, but very few understood it. They watched decades pass while most countries chased immediate glory. And then it happened. The fund crossed $1 trillion without a single scandal, without rushing, without succumbing to temptation. The country became rich by doing nothing flashy, by simply letting patience do the heavy lifting. What's the lesson here? Wealth isn't about speed, it's about discipline. It's about resisting the urge to spend or take shortcuts. Most systems fail because they optimize for today, not for decades ahead. But this country planned long-term. They built a system that outlasts politics, outlasts human impatience, outlasts greed. Sometimes the smartest move isn't action, it's inaction. It's allowing compounding to do its work, letting the rules of finance and time align perfectly. The quiet, boring choice. This is where real wealth is born. So the next time you think about money, remember this. Short-term cleverness rarely beats long-term patience. Real wealth is built quietly, consistently, and without showmanship. The next time you feel the urge to rush, to chase instant results, pause, study, plan, and let time do its magic. This is why history favors patience over ambition. And if you truly want to understand money beyond headlines, stay curious, think decades ahead, and don't be afraid to do nothing. Because sometimes, the smartest thing you can do is nothing at all.